I still remember creating this Mancala board about 10 or 15 years ago as a present to my wife. Looking at it today though, it's pretty rough. There's burn marks where I use the router, there's glue still visible, and the sanding and finish is practically non-existent. Today, I'm going to take a crack at remaking a Mancala board. Not to erase the past, but to remember where I've come from and how much I've improved as a woodworker. With better tools, better materials, and a heck of a lot more experience, I think I can make something pretty special, and I'd love to show you how I do it. I started by taking detailed measurements of the old board to help guide the design of the new one. I chose a beautiful piece of walnut and milled it down to size at the bandsaw, planer, and table saw. Then I split it in half and cut a strip of cherry to run right down the middle of the board. Once the glue was dry, I rough cut the excess at the table saw. I jointed one face and one edge, then squared everything up at the planer and the table saw. So this is the jig I put together for routing the bowls on the Mancala board. One of the challenges of this project is that each of the bowls needs to be a consistent size and shape. I made the jig so that the router sits right in the middle with stops on each side, sized to accommodate my router's base plate. This way, I can worry about the depth of the cut because the positioning is already locked in. One of the things I've gotten better at as I've continued evolving as a woodworker is understanding the little steps I can take up front to make things way easier down the line. For the larger pits on either end of the board, I cut two individual bowls and connected them using the edge guide on my router. I'm using a bowl and tray router bit, which leaves a nice curve at the bottom of the bowl and a mostly flat bottom surface. Once every bowl was cut, I trimmed the excess off the board and added a curve to each corner. I started out hand sanding each of the bowls and I was getting pretty tired of it, and then I remembered I have a Dremel, so why not use it with a sanding disc? I'll still need to do some hand sanding around the edges, but this is going to save me a ton of time. If you don't have a Dremel or a similar type of rotary tool, a flexible sanding sponge like this can make those curved surfaces a lot easier to sand, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to grunt work. After sanding the outside surfaces, I cleaned off the dust and finished the board with Rubio Monocoat. So here they are, my very first Mancala board and the one I just finished. It's kind of wild seeing them side by side. The old one, it has a lot of charm and a ton of great memories. The new board, it's much more refined. I can tell that my skills have grown and it's something that I'm really proud of. What was one of your earliest projects and what would you do differently today? Drop a note in the comments because I'd love to hear your stories.